Okay, tonight's homework is 5.4, adding and subtracting rationals. And so I'm going to do number 7 for you, just because I think maybe he looks a little bit different, but he probably will turn out to be the same. So let's see what happens with him. So my problem says that I have an a plus 6 over a 3a plus 18. And I need to add to that fraction a 5a over a 3a. Okay? So what I need to do is I realize that these need to be added together. They need a common denominator. So I'm going to say, what is the LCD? That's where I'm going to start at. Okay? Well, if I look at this denominator right here, I can pull a 3 out and say, okay, everybody needs a 3, and that leaves me with an a plus 6. Okay? So everybody needs a 3, and everybody needs an a plus 6 according to my first fraction. You have to have these two things in order to match me. Okay? This fraction right here says, well, you just need a 3 and an a in order to match me. So what I do is I say, well, I've already said everybody needs a 3, so we've got that covered, but I haven't said that everybody needs the single a, so I need to include a single a in this denominator. Okay, so in order for these two fractions to match, they have to have a 3, they have to have an a, and they have to have an a plus 6. So this is my LCD right here. Okay, so let's start giving people what they need. Look at this very first fraction. I have a plus 6 on top. Okay, remember it is stuck together. And that is over, and I'm going to write its factored form, 3 times a plus 6. And what does he need that is missing? Well, he's missing this a, this standalone single a right here. Okay, so I'm going to add an a top and bottom. Well, what does that look like? Well, now he has a 3 and an a plus 6 in the bottom. And the top becomes a squared plus 6a. Okay? So I'm going to write that up here, a squared plus 6a. The second fraction over here, let's say that I have 5a over 3a. He is only missing the a plus 6. A plus 6. So I go ahead and give it to him in the top and the bottom. And the top part here, I notice the bottom becomes what the bottom is down here, so that's good. But the top part, if I pull this to the side, becomes 5a squared plus 30a. Okay? Now I go back here and say, okay, that's what's in the top, and it said to add that. So I'm going to leave it as plus 5a squared plus 30a. Okay? Now I just have one big fraction that I want to combine like terms on the top and see if I can simplify this thing at all. Well, right here I have a squared plus 5a squared, so I'm going to have 6a squared. And then I have 6a plus 30a, so I'm going to have plus 36a. That's still all over the exact same denominator. Haven't done anything there. Notice, though, that these on the top are stuck together. They're not being multiplied, so you cannot cancel out part of one of them. They have to stay together. So what I'm going to do is see if I can factor and cancel. This goes back to lesson 5.1. Well, yeah, they have a 6 in common and an a, and that leaves me with a plus 6 in the top, right? When I undistribute a 6a, in the bottom that leaves me with 3a, a plus 6. Oh, there's a lot of stuff that matches here, fancy ones. Look at this. The a plus 6's cancel. The a's will cancel. And the only thing that I have left is 6 divided by 3. The answer is just 2. Wow, that whole thing comes out to be just 2. That's really nice, though, if we factor and cancel it, because I would have thought that I had to stay up here or maybe up here where all this mess is, but nope. It simplifies all the way down to a 2. So let's scroll back up here for just a second. This is what's crazy about math, is you see this right here, this fraction, add this fraction. When I add these two fractions, it literally is a 2. So it's just a bunch of stuff in disguise, but he really is a 2 when I add them together. Okay? Anyway, there is that problem. Hope that helps.